So R. Kelly hadn't seen me. I thought I was doing some. I was like, yeah, I'm going to sign to him because you wouldn't see me.
Yeah.
So I signed to him, and then make a long story short, I went through abuse, and R. Kelly is crazy. People call, he an abuser, but an abuser saved me from another abuser. So people's stories are different with different people, and for people to reach out, networks, and people to reach.
I get what she's saying. It did a lot for me, all this. I can't, help ruin his career and say all this other stuff and ruin what he got going for him because of how he changed my life. And I was just like, you see everybody else in front of you, he's doing the same thing to them. Like, come on.
Reach out to me.
They wanted you to say something negative.
They wanted me to destroy him when he was already down. You don't know what I'm doing behind closed doors for those girls. You don't know what I saw. And I live with him. Dang. So I know everything.
What? Oh, wow.
I live with this man. And I know everything. All I know is if I talk, everybody's going to jail.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
How did you
look like you're getting.
See, here's the thing. She just said, if I talk, everybody's going to jail, which means you know things that people have done in front of you that will put them in prison. So that you automatically push yourself away from even more excuses. It's just, I'm surprised. Look, man, I don't want to say it is what it is, but it is what it is. Like, I'm surprised she didn't get a lot more scrutiny because she's just revealing like, hey, I live with the dude. I've seen every single thing and I could have been said something a long time ago and stopped what was happening, but I didn't.
Emotional right now.
I mean, I do. I try to, that's something for me that.
Your life has already changed. And if you tried to help R. Kelly and he didn't budge, like, yo, you got to stop doing it, and he didn't stop, man.
It's like a catch-22. You damn it, you do, you damn it, you don't. But if somebody saved your life when another mother was trying to take it, I mean, you want me to just destroy the only person that didn't have my back? Regardless of his.
Here's the thing. I can see her getting emotional too, just like Melissa Ford said. You can see now she's been out of that situation for a minute. She sees there's something inside of her saying to her, like, something's inside of her telling herself like, hey, I think I should have maybe said something because R. Kelly's away anyway. Like, he's in jail for what he got, like 35 years or something like that. She could have just stayed silent the whole time, but she didn't. She decided to speak this way, as in, look, I knew something, but this why I didn't say nothing because my life got saved. So what would you do? Would you have said something if you were saved from, like somebody changed your life and put money in your pocket and help start your career? Like, would you say something? Would y'all? Like, what would y'all do?
Demons that he fight. I ain't got no heaven or hell to.
You can say that's loyalty. That's loyalty.
Put him in. So I'm not going to sit up here and judge that man for anything. But what I will say is
No, judge that shit. What the fuck is he talking about? What? No, judge that. You can sit up here and judge. Nigga, he's in jail. You can judge that.
Have reached out to those families about the situation and said what I needed to say. Because you know what I seen? I seen mothers in the kitchen cooking.
What?
The same ones that are on the...
I'm not saying that.
Okay.
But I've seen mothers in the kitchen cooking. And y'all standing out here, it was managers. People all around. I've tried to protect. I've tried to tell him. I've tried to say to him, that ain't it. Don't do this. Stop. I've done everything I'm supposed to do.
But you do realize it's... Well, let me say this.
I did what I'm supposed to do as a friend.
I was about to say...
Yeah, but now she knows she fucked up. You know what I mean? So, like, you know how bad it was. Like, family, they said they had a bag, like a trash bag worth of tapes of these little girls on these tapes. Like, come on.
You do realize, because what I want to make sure is clear, like, you don't own and shouldn't own or feel you own any of the things that he did or that you could only do so much.
I'm not. I own too much.
So I'm gonna link to another interview K. Michelle recently just did with Jason Lee like a week ago or something like that, and she kind of goes a little bit more into the R. Kelly thing. Not really that much, but she did reveal that she did sleep with him. They have relations, like, so I'm like, what's the timeline on that? Because if you had relations with him at the same time you was trying to tell him not to do stuff with the underage girls in the house, where the parents were in the house, or you were sleeping with him and he was still doing that, I know he changed her life to the point to where we see her now and she's very successful and she does acknowledge that. I see people in the comments going, at least she's being real, at least this. I still look at her a little bit different. It's like, you was kind of compliant then. Like, should she admit that she seemed like she was kind of compliant? She's like, I'm telling him to stop, whoop-de-whoop. But she slept with him. At the time, I guess, if we can pinpoint a time that he was still doing stuff with these so I don't know if this was way later or not, but she's still, she's confessing everything. I guess we can give her that much, but still, it's, oof. I don't know, man.
I was invited to an R. Kelly freak off years ago, of course. At least, 25 years ago.
Here's the thing. The end off to that is just like, after it's all said and done and you're out of that situation with R. Kelly and you see all this going on with him, now she feels guilty of, I could have been said something so long ago and didn't. Now, if niggas start coming at her and start canceling her because of this and start trying to take her head off, she can't fault him. She'll be like, like, let's say if somebody's brother or one of them got brothers or whatever, other relatives that didn't know, that tried to, stop, but she was the real one that really could have said something. Ain't she can't really rebuttal nothing. Like, you know what I mean? So, hey, I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell her to do.
And this was just before Cassie and J-Lo and all that appeared on the scene. Same game that's happening now is the same game that was happening then, but this is how a lot of young women get caught up in freak-offs, because this is how I almost got caught up in a freak-off. So I'm at a club like anybody else on a Friday night. The club shut down at 2 a.m., so it wasn't like really that late.
You go out the back.
Like 1:30 or 1:45.
Go out the back door.
I got approached by someone who identified himself as one of R. Kelly's entourage. And the person approached me and he was like, yeah, you and your friends can come with us. We're about to have a pool party. Now, again, it's almost 2 a.m. and they're talking about having a pool party that night. So that was suspect. But you know what I'm saying? It wasn't really far-fetched for the nightlife. I was a part of the nightlife.
And now, real quick. Now, here's the thing. Everybody taking pictures with Diddy and appearing in pictures with Diddy saying, oh, you were at the freak off. You were at the Diddy party. People were labeling the regular Diddy party the freak off. No, the Diddy party after the party. So if it's a regular Diddy party, everybody's leaving by like 12 a.m., maybe like 1, whatever time the party's in. Cool. The early people, at the regular party times, 8:30 to whenever the party stops, right? The after parties, when those parties go on at like 3 a.m, 2:30, 3, 4, 5 a.m, if they're there that late, then they might be a part of those type of parties. If you see like regular Chris Brown and pictures of it, no, they're not a part of that. They'd be like, see a picture. Let's say you take a picture with Diddy and it's at a Diddy party. Oh, you was at the party. No. Let's say if you were at the actual Diddy party, you see people leaving at 10:30, 11 or whatever, right? You're like, okay, anybody who stays after and it seems to be kind of empty and to stay after, then you can kind of look like, I don't know, maybe you might be in, I don't know. But at the same time, like maybe some people left and then came back. Who knows? But I'm just saying, just for ground level, whoever stayed after, that's who was probably at the Diddy parties and participated. But yeah.
So who was with you this weekend? A bunch of my friends. Diddy, Quincy, Justin Bieber, so far, French Montana. Do you even know half?
It's crazy because you people know that French Montana and Diddy used to hang together a lot and be in the house with girls a lot, coming out the room sweating. They had mad girls over there or whatever. I don't know if it was freak offs or just freaks over there when they was doing their thing. But
people you're naming? No.
She didn't go to bed.
I haven't been to bed yet.
You haven't? I want to be Clay when I grow up, Court.
I got on a plane at 5:30 a.m.
Key time, 5:30 a.m. These parties apparently started at like 3:30, 4:30 a.m. And they will go on and on and on through the next day.
Well, this party, I think half the people there were butt naked. You would have loved it.
I was known as a model. Music videos, movies, everything that had to do with entertainment in the Chicago area. I knew about it, was a part of it, or had friends that were a part of it. So we were those girls at that time. That doesn't mean that we were giving it up to everyone and that we were doing all kind of crazy stuff, but this is how the life. So the guy approaches me and he asked me about attending this pool party. So we were downtown Chicago, and he said the pool party was going to be at R. Kelly's home, which everyone knew was in the far south suburbs of Chicago. It's literally maybe a 35, 40-minute drive from... I had to step out, guys. So the reason why I mentioned the 35 to 40-minute drive from Chicago is because the guys who approached us said that we were going to have to get into a shuttle bus, and we were going to be shuttled from the city all the way to the far south suburbs of Chicago, where R. Kelly's mansion is, and that's where the pool party was going to go. So I was with a group of girls. I really wasn't concerned for my safety. Like I said, I was amongst friends. I didn't know these guys, but you know what I'm saying? What could really go wrong? So my homegirls were like, yeah, we going. For sure, we're going. And I was going to go because I just wanted to know what really happens there. I had heard everything. I knew a lot of people that knew Kels, you know what I'm saying? Like, I even went on a music video audition for the I Wish song. He wound up not using any girls. But at first he was auditioning for girls to be in the video. And at the last minute, they decided to switch and just use male models. But anyway, so like I said, I was in the mix, and I had...
What was the scene with the girls in there? Look what kind of song it is. I mean, I don't know.
Heard some stories, you know, but didn't. Of course, most people don't believe that this stuff really happens. And even myself, I didn't really believe things was as wild as they really are. So anyway, allegedly, we were told to get into the shuttle bus. All of my homegirls prepared to get on the shuttle bus, and because I drove everybody to the club...
So far, it sounds like a normal party. Like, they all got shuttle buses to go to their house from wherever they picking girls up from or whatever.
I was like, well, can I just follow the bus? Because I know where the house is.
Hell no.
And I'll just, you know what I'm saying? I'll come there and I'll kick it or whatever. And they were like, nah, that's not an option.
Yeah, you ain't...
We will bring you back first thing in the morning.
I'm about to say, if they let her follow the bus, you privileged. Like, what? You must be connected to some type of family or something.
And that was my clue to leave it the fuck alone.
Now, I'm going to tell you, a lot of celebrities that have parties in these exclusive type neighborhoods, sort of, that are kind of like, let's say if you got to park at the hill and it's another like 10-15 minute drive up to the house through the property, like all the neighbor. A lot of people have parties where they have shuttles. You have to have like like park at the bottom and they put you in a shuttle. And it, like, everybody has, like, Drake's house is like the Amp house, like the pool parties they have all the girls get in the shuttles and come up. And some girls, I don't know about Drake's house now, but Drake, his house in LA, when he lived not that far from Kanye, it was a shuttle to go to his house. Kind of like, you know, when Childish Gambino did that video, not the video, but in that show Atlanta, there was one episode where it was about a party at Drake's house. Drake wasn't there, and there was no Drake lookalikes there, but you could see in that episode, it was about the girl that went to the party and she got in the shuttle. Comes to the party, you hear them complain, the shuttle took so long. Yeah, I know. There's a ton of people trying to come. You have to. Every single I don't want to say every single one, but a lot of them that have these parties like that where they're inviting girls, they all have shuttles. So the shuttles is not abnormal. It's been like that for years.
Because even though everything was being presented very professionally, there was a bus, there were security. R. Kelly was in the house at the club. So we were literally going to be riding with a celebrity, a huge celebrity at the time, all the way to his house and enjoying time with him at his pool. So this was a great opportunity, especially at that time, because we didn't have social media. So nobody really knew what was.
The key thing is, how old was she at this time again? Like, I don't, you know, she's however old she is now. And she's like, back then, I don't remember. Like, how old was she at this time? That's the big thing. If it's a bunch of girls who are in the club, you're of drinking age, R. Kelly back then, you're fine. You're going to a party with, like, all y'all are of age. The thing would be, if you were there at the party, were there underage girls that you saw there as well? That's the thing.
What was it really like inside of R. Kelly's house? You know what I'm saying? I had been to auditions for R. Kelly. I was even asked to model a dress from a designer at the time who wanted to work with R. Kelly. And she sent me to an event to present the dress to him and, you know, give her contact information. So I had multiple contacts with R. Kelly, but I, you know, didn't get to kick it with him. And I'm giving you all of this game because this is what goes in the mind of a woman who honestly wants a career, has been working hard for a career, is attractive, is used to being hit on by celebrities, but this situation could have turned my life all the way around, and this is how things go left, and this is how freak offs happen. So fast forward to my girls leave me. I go home in my car, do me, but of course they call me the next day, and this was the report.
Here's the thing. From the way I see it, from people I know in the industry, but the few girls I know that are in the adult industry that I like personally know, like real life, it's just a freak off is just a big giant orgy. Fam, there's a girl, I don't even know I'm gonna put the videos out. I don't know, because I did some commentary to some videos this girl did who says her name on TikTok is like Freak Off Queen or something like that. Is this young chick who be throwing her own freak offs, and her TikTok picture is a picture of Diddy. And she said, yeah, I threw one last night. TikTok is a TikTok. A freak off is a big old orgy with dudes, chicks. That's pretty much what it is. The thing with R. Kelly is just that it was that's the most interesting thing. But she's saying, hey, these freak off things have been going on before Diddy. But we don't know if Diddy was doing them at the same time R. Kelly was doing them. R. Kelly got the idea from Diddy. And we just didn't know Diddy to be that popular guy for him to mention freak offs. For us to know Diddy for freak offs at that time wasn't a thing. R. Kelly was doing some stuff to where I don't know if they were calling it freak offs or not. I don't know. They were just straight calling it like straight orgies, maybe.
All of this is alleged, but these were my homegirls, and this is what they said at. They said when they got to the house, they were told that they had to put on swimsuits.
Okay.
The girl said, well, we don't have swimsuits, of course. And they said, we have swimsuits for everybody. And if you don't put these swimsuits on, then we're going to lock the doors and you're not going to be able to get out.
Huh?
Number 2, you have to perform, meaning you have to turn up. So not only do you have to put on a swimsuit, you can't just do that and sit on the side. You have to actually engage.
It's like, all right, we getting these rules. It seemed a little like, Then as soon as they add things in, like lock the doors. Remember what church was that when the dude was like, lock the doors? Lock the doors. Talking about everybody got to give like at least like $10, $20 or something like that. We need 20, 50 people to give away $20 more, something like that. Remember? Lock the doors. Who was that?
There's 1,000 of you. I said, close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors.
Man's is like whack 100.
Close the doors.
No, we're trying to close the doors, okay?
Now, my friends were telling me nobody was really able to get to R. Kelly. He was somewhere else in the house, which is why I can tell this story. Because I'm not talking about him. I'm not trying to impact anybody's legal situation. I'm just telling my story and what I know. And the girls that I was cool with, I'm talking about all of these are bombshell chicks. They can get any dude. But they said if you did not perform, you were not getting out of there. And all the girls were held until, late in the morning. And that is when they were all loaded on the bus and brought back to the city.
Okay.
The thing is,
that is a lot of extra. Like if you can't perform, probably some other things included in that. But Diddy does that as well. Hey, if you standing around, like y'all got to dance, talk to the girls and stuff like that. I do like that though. Y'all got to talk to these females, man.
Is the key.
But this specific time, hey, y'all females that's dull and all, nah, y'all got to interact with the dude. Y'all can't be sitting around, And back then, I don't even know I don't know how old she is. So I'm thinking that the phones back then, they wasn't like these phones and they had the some Nextel or some shit.
Is before they left, the guy told me that you cannot drive your car. You have to come back on the shuttle. And he had also mentioned the swimsuit thing to me, but they confirmed it when they got there that you had to put the swimsuits on and you had to perform. My question to them was, if you didn't see R. Kelly, you weren't able to interact with R. Kelly, but you were told you had to, quote unquote, perform in order to be sent back to the city to get home, then what did you do to get out of those doors?
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
Anyway, that's how freak offs happen. And
that sounds like something else. That don't sound like a freak off. Maybe each of y'all had to participate in one and maybe had like different rooms. You had to go in one of the rooms to perform in order to leave. You had to do something in order to leave. That could be it, but who knows?
These were my homegirls. We never spoke about it afterwards. They never brought it up to me. That's why things go on for so long. Now, do I know quite a bit more from other experiences? Heck yes. And the only reason I'm sharing this information is because it's a topic right now. But anyway, like, share, subscribe. It's your girl, Dream Car Queen. I was an it girl before it was a term, it girl.
Patriot, Secret Service Sam here. So what we're kind of coming to discover is that there is a celebrity freak-off ring, okay? That I don't think it's going to get too exposed because what's the irony is Agnifilo Diddy's team wants to release the names of the 7 people who were there in that room watching Anton go to Smash City on we don't know who.
Guess what? They never got revealed. Ever. It's only been speculation. Now, some people are probably going to get under here and be like, oh, it was this, or, you know, it was obvious, dumb, retarded, this. No. They never officially got, these names never officially, remember the tape that they said there is another A-list celebrity, like, on the tape that said bigger than Diddy? It's not Cassie. It's somebody else that they said it could, like, just not particularly destroy the industry, but shake everything up. That this person is bigger than Diddy. Apparently, like, it's a top A-list, you know what I mean? They never revealed it. And these other celebrities do this. Well, we got R. Kelly, he's in jail or whatever. Can't go to jail for a freak off, but you know, other stuff. And any other celebrities that were doing their owns never got revealed. Of course, like he said, it never got to us. It never did. They never did.
But what this exposes is that Jane Doe is like the top, rhymes with Jane Doe. And she was the princess of all these freak off events, man. Like, everybody wanted a little piece of her. Like I said, the famous rapper said, I've always wanted to F you, and she said that in court. She works out a lot. Body is on Flizzy. You know, it's hard. You know what I'm saying? It's looking good. It's tight. It's track star. You know what I mean? Anyway, I digress-late. But is there a celebrity freak-off ring? Of course there is.
Yeah.
Because where there is money, there is always going to be this type of activity. And again, I go back to Led Zeppelin. Look up John Bonham in a hotel had S with an underage person. I believe, I don't want to spread it because I love, you know, Jason Bonham's son, Led Zeppelin experience. I love Led Zeppelin. I'm not trashing Zepp. Rolling Stones, Def Leppard would have like threesomes with mom, daughter combinations, like crazy debauchery, Patriots. So I'm saying they're all doing it. Okay, so
if you're in LA, you hear about this stuff. It's pretty normal. Gigi McGuire on Lip Service, Angela's podcast, Lip Service, years ago, she said, "Man, every weekend there's one." And you can go if you want. It's like a regular thing, bro. And if the thing is, you go in these parties, if you're not doing nothing with nobody, you gotta go. You gotta go. You can't be standing around looking at everybody getting freaky. You gotta hop in there too. That's what type of party it is. These happen regularly, like once a week.
Celebrity freak off rings where they're, in a sense,
or once every other week, depending on who's throwing them. I don't know.
Passing around these high priced groupies to have these parties. I went to Amsterdam. Hey, shout out to all my loyal fans in Holland. They call me Amster Sam when I go there. Shout out to that. That's hilarious. No Diddy. And my point is, there are more, but I'm not sure if we will find out. What do you guys think? Let me know in the commentary. Secret Service Sam out. Samson for president of TikTok.
You won't be able to find them out legally. But illegally, if you snoop around and ask people, it's not going to be anything to bring in court. But it's just that, hey, do you be doing it? Yes, there's a bunch of OnlyFans girls, strippers get together with a bunch of celebrities and whatever other popular dudes. It might be a friend of Chris Brown's or something. So everybody in that room knows somebody, is attached to somebody, or is that somebody? Men and women alike. So, hey, there it is.